Thirumoolar Nayanar, the very mention of the name Thirumoolar brings to our mind one of his immortal lines, Ondre Kulam, Oruvane Devan. This striking global concept that integrates the splintered mankind into one single race and gives it a single God is obviously born out of deep thinking and intense love for mankind. Learned Avayar, philosophic Thayumanavar, and ever so many seekers of truth and God have sung in praise of Thirumoolar's Thirumandiramalai, the great work on Saiva Siddhanta. Thirumoolar has integrated in his Thirumandiramalai Vedas, the general scriptures, with Agamas, the special scriptures, both given to mankind by the good Lord himself. His rendering is generally simple, but at times tends to be extremely intriguing. While Thirukkural, the reference work that paved the pathway to a perfect life, consists of three parts: righteousness, wealth, and love, Thirumandiram consists of all the four parts. In addition to these three, it includes the fourth part, Mukti or Veedu, that graces those who have successfully lived their lives in accordance with the first three. Thirumandiramalai, like Thirukkural, tells us how to lead a near-perfect life. It also describes in detail in its 9 chapters the 3 different ways of worship. Mandiram, the sacred word of worship; Tandiram, the mystical mode of worship; and Yandiram, the esoteric symbol of worship, as well as the 4 spiritual pathways to God: Sariyai, service; Kiriyai, rituals; Yogam, meditation; and Jnanam, spiritual wisdom. While Thirumoolar transcends from mundane, simple expressions on life, truth, and the Supreme Being, to highly metaphysical, difficult to comprehend enunciations, there are several aphorisms or profound sayings culled out from them and quoted repeatedly by poets and people. Here are a few of them. Anbe Sivam, love indeed is God. Yan betra inbam peruga ivvayagam. This bliss I gain, may this world also get. Udambar azhiyin, uyirar azhivar. If the body decays, the life too would. Aarkkum idumin avar ivar endru ennanmin. Give to everyone. Do not discriminate between people. We shall now look at the hagiology of Thirumoolar as sketched out by Sekalar. Thirumoolar had reached the Godhead requiring no rebirth. He was one of the yogis who had the grace of Nandi, the chamberlain of Shiva in Kailayam, and had accomplished the 8 siddhis or yogic paths. Nandi Thiruvarul Petra Nanmarai Yogigal Uruvar. Yet, out of his own volition, an eagerness to call on his friend Agasthyar, the short sage of Podigai Hills, Kurumunival Utra Oru Kenmayinal, he descended down. En route, he visited several holy places and reached Thiruvavadurai. At the outskirts was a village called Sattanur. It was dusk. He saw a herd of sorrowful cows around the dead body of their cowherd Moolan. Penavarum Kokkulangal Punninadikkarai Puravil Pulambuvana Edirgandar. Out of compassion, he took a momentary decision to abandon his body in a safe place and enter the body of Moolan. Soon, Moolan's body became alive to the delight of the cows around. He took them to the village back. The waiting wife of Moolan was disappointed when he willfully turned away from her. She appealed to the elders of the village. After a short dialogue with him, they reported to her that he had totally transformed into an ascetic. Sitta viharpam kalaindu telinda sivayogathil vaitta karuttinar. Thirumoolar went back to the grazing field in search of his own body, but it had disappeared. Thirumoolar took it that it was the will of Shiva that he should stay back and render in Tamil the sacred agamas given by Shiva himself. தன்னிலவு ஆர்சடையார் தாம் தந்த ஆகமப் பொருளை மண்ணின் மிசை திருமூலர் வாக்கினால் தமிழ் வகுப்ப என உணர்ந்தார். He sat in meditation under a sacred peepal tree in Thiruvavadurai. Thus, Thirumoolar is said to have lived for over 3,000 years and coming out of his trance once in a year to compose one verse of his magnum opus Thirumandiramaalai, consisting of 3,000 and odd verses. முன்னிய அப்பொருள் மாலை தமிழ் 3000 சாத்தி மன்னிய 3000 இப்புவி மேல் மகிழ்ந்திருந்தார். Out of 12 Thirumurais, Thirumoolar's Thirumandiram has been included as the 10th Thirumurai.